بلد صغير اندستري صغيرة فيها a couple of people that contribute بالاندستري إن كان كتير نحكي بالموضوع عن الترينرز كتير نحكي بالموضوع عن الجيمز بس كتير مرات ننسى عن الباك سايد اللي هو كيف بينعملوا جيمز وين بيجوا المكانات شو بيصيروا هيك I think إنه قعدت مع the right person for this وأول شيء أهلا وسهلا فيك خالد.
Thanks for having me Tufik.
أهلا وسهلا. أول شيء إذا هيك can quickly introduce yourself.
My name is Khaled معدات. My age is 32 years old. I'm a hospitality management graduate from LAU.
وشوي كاميرا شوي.
شوي كاميرا شوي.
خلينا إذا بدك دغري نبلش. يعني first لأنه you said إنه كنت LAU إنه درست. First when you graduated وهيك إنه أول شيء شو أول شغل بلشته لأنه so that to make إنه to see إنه نحن كيف إنه مش مين ما كان حيقعد يفكر إنه I'm gonna go into gym related إنه equipment وهيك يعني مش إنه the normal thing that we would think about بالhospitality أو إنه حتى بالgym industry.
صح.
So أول شيء بدنا نرجع لورا لما مثلا أنت قبل ما تتخرج وهيك شو كان أكتر شيء بتحب تعمله شو كان أكتر شيء عبالك تشتغل فيه making money from.
Funny enough, I was really into science and biology and chemistry and whatnot.
Okay.
Wasn't great at chemistry, but biology it was really good. So I was telling my dad like إنه إن شاء الله بكرة نفوت على الجامعة. بدي أعمل دكتور. عم قال لي شو بدك تقعدني 10 سنين انطرك لتبلش تشتغل؟ أنا أروح أعمل لك شيء بزنس يشغلني على السريع وليك عنا هون أشغالنا. نقي واحد منهم. So my dad was into construction.
Okay.
He was into various businesses, travel agency. We had restaurants back in the day. So he wanted me to be in this kind of domain.
Okay.
Or like in trade, general trade. So I did أعمل business. رحت عملت business. Man, the whole thing with finances, it was, you know, nerve-wracking for me. I hated numbers back in the day. So I was like, خلاص, I'm going to do like something quote-unquote easy. So I went into hospitality.
Okay.
And then in hospitality, I really liked the service part of it. And I used to cook. My dad was a cook. Okay. So it was kind of like, you know, it was easy for me. It was like second nature. فكان في cooking thing في قصص هيك. But like the whole catering and servicing and everything and how to deal with people, because I love dealing with people. I was like, yeah, it's my thing. Let's do it. Why not?
هيدا أي سنة تقريبا يعني أي سنة فتح الجامعة ولا؟
I think 2009, 2008, 2009.
Okay.
And then كفيت فيها لهالمسيرة حبيتها. And we had lots of like internships. We had this catering event at Dubai. كمان it was like the Boeing event, like the air show or something like that. I can't remember, it was too long ago. بس حطوني دغري like managerial position. And I had like a team of like 10 people under my hand وكل شيء. And it was with like everyone from my class. So it was like a kind of like a field trip kind of fun thing. هونيك I really learned that people aren't so much fun to deal with. Especially when they're complaining about things, and they can complain a lot about everything. But alhamdulillah, هونيك really problem solving kind of skills تبعي شفتهم. And I like that part of it. But deep down, I'm like, I can't keep doing this. Like, okay, I want to serve people, but I don't want to hear them complaining about food, about why this was cold or whatever. So then like, I came back after that internship in Dubai. I went to Lebanon. I sat with my dad. And then I reached out to so many people. I reached out to my brother. He was in the States. He was selling used cars. I'm like, I want to try to do that. Because, you know, customer service, because sales, it's good. طلعت America, like everything was very sporadic. Nothing was planned. And my dad was kind of against it. Like, خليك هون ساعدني بالشغل. I'm like, no. I went, I started working there with my brother. And there is where the fitness journey actually began.
Okay.
Because fitness, funny enough, was like in my blood since I was a kid.
ما هونش كان لسه لك انت كنت بالجامعة تتمرن كنت انه كان
يعني so أنا بالمدرسة كنت كتير ناصح. Like I was like considered an obese kid when I was a kid. But I would always try to get on the teams.
Okay.
And I would work my ass off just to be on the team, because they would never pick me. They would never pick me to play with them on the team. I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't run or whatever. And the coaches didn't want a fat kid playing on the football team. So, sorry for the body shaming, but that was the fact back then. بس خلص I kept pushing myself and then like until ضعفت وظبطت حالي كجسمي مزبوط and then I started going to any sport.
بس هي قد ايه كان عمرك؟
انا كيف football teams وهيك.
And starting thinking about losing weight.
Oh my god.
I know you were a teenager.
Yeah, I was like 12 man.
Which is impressive لأنه قليل إنه على 12 نقرر إنه willingly ما بناكل بهدلة من أهلنا أو شيء.
Like when you get bullied enough and plus when you have a dad like mine who loves food. يا أخي it's hard.
بس لما قلت إنه cooking خلاص.
100%.
So it was part of يعني transformation started إنه لأنه خلاص إنه أنا I do believe إنه when you get into it خلاص you get addicted. يعني مثلا the fact مثلا when you lose weight and you see إنه في improvement by your body جاي خلاص بتضلك أنت إنه this is rewarding لألي. So من وقتها أنت ضليت بهيدا إنه I want to be fit in shape and I want to be you had the competitive side obviously to be هيدا. So you were into more sports related stuff مش بس gym وهيك.
صح.
So gym إنه كان part إنه I'm not gonna say gym working out moving was part of your thing for a long time.
I was always moving.
إنه moving forward and then you made it to the US. وإنه obviously نحن إنه كيف ما بنحكي بنرجع على اليو اس when it comes to sports equipment كل شيء يعني انه حتى الفوتبول اخذوه وعدلوا فيه شوي يعني
100%.
فانه when you made it there to the land of all these sports شو صار؟
Yeah, funny enough back in the day بعرف بتتذكر كان وقتها الروك you know the rock Dwayne Johnson like كان عم like he'd always wear the coolest attire يعني for fitness. It was Under Armour back in the day because he had like he was like the ambassador or something. So كل الموفيز تبعه كلها بتشوفه انه هيك ودايما like كان في all the nice things in America, all the nice shoes, all the nice machines, all the things that we would always dream of to have here كانوا هونيك. فرحت لهونيك ومثلا شفت كان في 24 hour fitness ما كان عندنا اياه بلبنان. يمكن كان في واحد بالبترون بس it wasn't readily available everywhere. So رحت سجلت ب 24 hour fitness. قلت خلص بدي اتمرن anytime هذا of the day. And then ما بعرف ليه فقزت براسي بدي to get into the mixed martial arts. So وخلص حددت براسي I want to do it like all the way. So كنت روح literally من الساعة 4 to do the runs with the nearest gym near my house. كان في Gracie Baja. It's like an international gym. They're all about Brazilian jiu-jitsu because then they had like MMA. روح اركض معهم الصبح الساعة 4. And then like I'd go back home, then they'd have another training session, and then I'd go back home, and then I'd have another training session in the evening. So 3 training sessions a day. I went hardcore. ومعهم لجريسي باها تعلمت قصص عن mobility. So like I was using elastic bands, things ما كان عنا اياهم هون بلبنان. They're very stupid and silly things, pull-up bands, whatnot, foam rollers, lacrosse balls. طيب خي هولي very beginner things. ليه ماني شايفهم بحياتي. So I got into it and I started watching videos about how to do it and do the mobility work. And there was this guy called Kelly Starrett. حفظت له كل الفيديوز تبعه. وبلشت الكروسفيت at that time تطلع طلعتها بلبنان. So back home بلش يصير في demand على bands و foam rollers و lacrosse balls وهيك. وأنا هونيك بأمريكا. I was using all these tools. To keep it short, I brought these tools back with me when I decided to come back to Lebanon. Yeah. My MMA career was short-lived. I got the first punch in my liver and I realized this is not my thing. So I came back to Lebanon with my little gadgets. I think it was 2015, 14. Because then February 2015 is when I started my business like, officially. And I had a friend back in the day. He was an ex-basketball player, Muhammad Aad. And he told me like, أنت جبتهم لهون معك؟ like الله هون مفقودين ما في منهم وكذا كذا كذا. شوف كيف بدك تجيب منهم. And then هو أعطاني أول هاي النصيحة كرمال هذا الموضوع. هو resistance bands وهيك كل شيء. قلت okay, you know what? Why not? كان عندي خيي بالبيت وكنت بعدني أعمل Amazon Prime kind of membership بدي استعمله. كبسة بعت له إياهم على البيت. طلبت 3 4 5 جبتهم على لبنان. DHL دفعت حقهم غالي. Like back in the day we were selling the foam roller which we now sell for like $15 for $70.
Wow.
كانت مفقودة. ما حدا عنده إياه. مايك سبور كذا أديداس ما حدا سامع فيش يعني foam roller وباندز وهذا. So اتفقنا كتير إنه أنا محمد إنه he had like friends that were like in the basketball industry وهيك كان عنده شوية معارف وهيك وأنا كان عندي بالجيم يشوفوني عم بلعب بالمغات وكذا شو هاي شو اشرح لهم هيك بلشنا نبيع آخر شيء like we partnered up and we got into the business together. I initially كمان started getting in clothes which was like a separate thing.
ما هون كان بدي أسألك لأنه you mentioned the Rock, Under Armour وهيك لأنه مرات إنه هلا we know صرنا بعض نعرف فترة بس إنه مرات لما مثلا حدا مثلا إنه كنا نحكي مثلا إنه خالد بلش بالتيشيرت إنه
صح 100% that's how I started because I wasn't كتير معروف بالباندز هيك because still okay كنا نجيبهم ما في بس شو كنا نجيب 3-4 باندز 3-4 فوم رولرز بس الشحنة وقت اللي بعتها من أمريكا لتحرز quote unquote ببعت معها تيشيرتات يعني عملت البيج تبعي أساساً إنه أنا بجيب التياب وفي شوية جادجتس and then ما كانوا جايبين وكالة Under Armour لحظة أنا بعت إيميل لوكالة Under Armour أنا بدي أجيبكم وكذا and then I saw like the numbers I was like okay no. I dabbled a bit in that. Through the clothes I met a lot of people and then they started asking me about other things. People in the gym started asking me about other things and that unfolded into like I don't know how it happened. Someone asked me طب ليك هالسكوات راك بعرف شو كان هذا انه كيف فينا نعمل هيك شيء ما بعرف ليه قلت له انه انا فيني اعمل لك اياها. It just was خلص because you know what in the back of my head بعد الفريق العمار تبع بيي كان موجود وكل شيء وكان في عنا حدادين وهيك لانه
الراك is steel
100%
انه بدك تخطط كيف وهيك بس انه
yeah so the first rack was shit like it's thinking back at it now it was shit but it was very good like
هون انت وصلت هلا بس لانه بعد I did not introduce this part yet
okay
للي ما بيعرف بس قبل كان في name يعني was it the brand يعني فتحت بيج انه تياب والقصص يعني كيف كان اندر شو يعني كان خالد عم بيبيع ولا عملت مثل هيك انه اسم شي شغله
هو كان معروف خالد
okay
and then I was like ما بدي انا اعرف انه خالد I wanted to like هذا and I sat all night and thinking of names وكذا and then like I had a little like basic Photoshop skills and I got some silhouettes of people I still remember people using bands people lifting a barbell and I wrote pro gear and I put every silhouette over each letter it was like the ghettoist
بس so you got يعني بوقتها كمان انه بلشت pro gear
yeah بوقتها بلشتها كتبتها و I launched it and I put it on my it's actually on my Instagram I think I put it on my Instagram page like please like and support my page back in the day when it was like please like and support it was a post and that's where it like kicked off شوي
بس هون لأنه مهم نرجع لهي البورت لأنه I think إنه pro gear that we know now إنه قطعت بكذا phase before that مثل ما أنت قلت إنه حدا قال لك بس إنه I'm sure إنه whatever مثلا let's call them sales marketing skills or whatever you know now ما تعلمتهم مع the new pro gear لما اندعكت أول فترة مع التيشيرتس مع الباندز وهيك so what were the approach you did يعني مثلا في جماد أنت دقيت باب عليهم إنه بدكم تحطوا عندكم باندز أو إنه يعني كيف صرت تعمل مثلا أو مثلا did you try the method تبع إنه تبعت لإنفلونسرز أو إنه ده ولا هول كلهم
بعد ما كان
كنت على very old fashioned way
ما كان في بعد هيدي اللي طلعت الانفلونسرز وكل شوي واحد يعمل انفلونسر it was like أولا the owner of my gym she was like شو شايفك عم تجيب أغراض لكلاينتس هذا عندك 1 2 3 I was like yeah كان عندي هول الاكسسوارز و whatnot and then like started asking for more things and like طب عندك TRX وهيك and then out of curiosity أنا بلشت أبرم على السوق أبرم هيدا و لقيت suppliers هون بلبنان إنه عندهم هيك بس you have zero visibility عليهم مش سامعين بشيء اسمه social media so literally my journey started with buying stuff locally and reselling it to people
بس لأنه هون بدي كمان إنه كتير مهم إنه نحكي ب this part اللي هي اليوم the strategy that were built يعني تعتبر إنه تقريبا the strategy was الاندستري عم تتطور وين ما كان مش عم تتطور the industry has specific accessories let's call them أو إنه هولي that are very basic برا وعم بيكونوا included in the gyms and in the مثلا stretching warm up routine تبع هيدا ما موجودة هون it's all a matter of me getting them and I'm filling a gap يعني أنت اعتبرت لأنه you just filled the gap صار عليك طلب دغري يعني ما حتى you didn't need to scream that much about it لأنه smartly enough جبت شي ناقص
Exactly.
Yeah, this was a strategy mainly.
It was a strategy
لأنه
initially.
منه سألتك إنه did you reach out gyms? You didn't even need to لأنه أنت جبت شيء هني بدهم إياه وما
Exactly. And I started being known as foam roller guy.
Okay.
And then lacrosse mobility guy. And then band guy. And then clothes guy. Like khabsa. Like I was just the guy that got whatever it is. And then like once you build that trust, هني ببلشوا like very nonchalantly asking you طب تعرف وين فينا نجيب TRX مثل خلق؟ يعني أنا بجيب لك TRX مثل خلق. ولو عندي تكرم. أنا شو ما عندي. برو لقيت كذا كذا كذا. وتعلمت in a very rough way what the prices were like, how to sell them, and I learned the hard way. قديش عنا بدا. There's no nice way to say it, but like it's like really shit in the market. لأنه I discovered later on that the people who were selling fitness equipment were تجار. Just trade. They see a price, the best price, they buy it. They have no idea.
طب هون لأنه أنت إنه تخيل إنه قد إيه بعد ما وصلنا للماشينز. What makes a good foam roller? What makes a good lacrosse ball?
Okay, so basically, I learned this via research. So YouTube had a big help in this. But I went further enough to like even register into like I took a personal training coach. So I'm a certified personal trainer. And I learned, it was back in the day, IFPA or something. I learned about the vectors for the machines, for the safety, blah, 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 blah. And it was very like, very by the book back in the day, but you'd get a sense of knowledge of how to do things. And كمان, I involved myself in the fitness industry via being a personal trainer and quote unquote, not advertising, but advising, because like, the key thing when you want to sell anything is to believe in it and not make yourself believe in it. Really believe, like when you're selling this to someone, they're not going to get hurt. The value for money is there, you know, like sell something that you would buy, you know, or create something that you would use. So it was, I feel that kind of like essence plus the knowledge, the new knowledge I heard. And then I was more thirsty for knowledge after then. And I got very deep into sports and fitness and calisthenics. Like then خلاص I shifted. عم بشوف أنا شو عم صير. كنت لاعب فوتبول بعدين صرت MMA بعدين صرت calisthenics بعدين بديت كنت لعب CrossFit. But my involvement very briefly in all of these things gave me a kind of idea of how people are using the equipment. And I think it's very important because when you sit with a lot of people today who are trying to sell you something, they don't know what they're talking about. They're like, هاي كتير منيح، هاي سعرها هيك، هاي غيري عم بيع بهالقد، أنا عم بعطيك إياها بهال. نو خيي، أنت تطلع ما تطلع فيه بس كزبون، طلع فيه خيي as a user. What does this user want and how is he going to use it? And give him something that أنا كتير برفض بيع قصص like you don't need this خيي. So that's how, if you want, it started. And I think that is what led me to be not successful. I don't want to say I'm successful. I just have a better edge than what most people were providing.
في كتير مثلا facilities أو gym مثلا you felt like they were buying all قصص just as a marketing tool. يعني مثلا صار عنا الفوم رول، صار عنا
صح.
لأنه مثلا أنا you mentioned it 16 17 18 2000 وهيدا أنا I've seen people abusing the foam roller.
صح.
Abusing it like this is you're not supposed to sit on it for half an hour.
صح.
انه بصير في قصص بس لانه هي روح اعمل فوم رولينج صارت هي صارت فيرب روح اعمل صار فكتير you felt like sometimes هول tool words لانه you mentioned the gym partly في ناس بس يمكن they buy it and they don't buy it for their members more than to sell new members.
صح. Exactly.
So لانه حتى لما الكروسفيت ضجت
صح.
we have CrossFit.
100%. What is CrossFit? Who's the trainer you're getting to teach CrossFit?
Exactly.
Why are you doing CrossFit?
صح. So moving forward صار في whole many accessories لأنه again they're accessories لأنه أنت you moved from accessories to full on racks وحتى صرت بجيب machines و dumbbells plates. It's a bold move.
صح.
بس كيف أول يعني مثلا الفوم رول رح تطلبها أونلاين.
صح.
بس البليت ما رح تطلب كونتينر دغري أونلاين يمكن ما تعرف شو يوصل أو whatever. How did you start? Where did you go? شو صار؟ يعني إنه يعني لأنه في part منهم أكيد مثل ما you said إنه let's be very honest إنه عمرت الكيج بس لتعمر الكيج بدك كيج وحدة حدا لتبرجها شوي.
صح.
إنه هول القصص. لأنه I'm gonna say it as is صراحة إنه I saw it يعني إنه أنا إنه now إنه أكيد واحد بيغلط بيتعلم من أغلاطه وهذا بس the cage I saw آخر واحدة مثلا you're working on it إنه it's as competitive لإلي as the rogue one. Let me and I'm very honest ما بعمل دعاية ما عندي واحدة.
No.
بس إنه غلطت إنه صار في قصص trials وهيدا. So the journey تقريبا كيف كانت؟
It was a very messy journey. It was a very tough looking back at it journey, and I'm still in the process of learning new things, and I'm going through a lot of technical difficulties, especially because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So that alone is giving me a lot of stress. But in general, people gave me a lot of hard time. Manufacturing gave me a hard time. People in the industry, and مش بس بالfitness industry, people بالindustry تبع الصناعة, they gave me a hard time. And it was just like this big, like kind of circle of fuck ups up until I got to the point where I started to know what I should take on, what I should take on. So initially, back to the part where I was buying things from the market. So في كم تاجر معروف بلبنان. And هولي خي بيجيبوا غراض مثل ما قلت لك ما بيعرفوا شو اني بس خلص عم بيجيبوهم. بلشت تقطش شغله من هون تنكسر شغله من هون هيدا. And then like I'd call up these guys and like listen this is 1 2 3 4 5. This is going on, what are we going to do? And he's like شو بعمل لك؟ اشتريته من عندي بمعنى انه الله معك. And then I realized okay there's another gap. Customer service is shit, especially in these things. And then when they'd come to fix it or they'd come to alhamdulillah يعني وتجربوا يجوا to address a problem, the way they were looking at it, it's like oh my god what are you doing? So
بس to keep in mind اللي ما بيعرف انه طبيعي يصير هيك شيء. يعني مثلا الكيبل بدها تقطش لانه اذا بتضلك تشد فيها بدها تقطش
اكيد
يعني لا احسن ما يفكروا انه just about انه ماشينز منهم منيح. بس انه there's a part of it انه بدك على طول تعمل مينتنس او مثلا كيف نحن انه تزييت المكنات وهالقصص كلها. So انه technically you buy the machine و there's no the after state. وبصير مرات انه الجيم بده هو يعرف كيف يزيتها
صح
which is كمان a gap.
Like there's carelessness, there's stinginess to be honest with you. There's the user. يعني في ناس مش دافع حقها بيروح بيكسر لك اياه. بس انه بشكل عام انا عم نحكي عن الحديد حديد شو بده يطقوا للحديد شو بده ينزع like especially when you have really good steel and thick steel. فما عندنا مشكله عاده من الحديد. عندنا عاده مشكله باليوزر من كيف بينتع الكيبل او مدري بيكون شو اخذ ومحمس اليوم بده يجي وبيتعمشق عليها او بيكون حاضر حدا عم بيعمل ماسل اب بيروح بيعمل ماسل اب على هيدي الدول بولي كيبل كروس اوفر. اخي لا you know فهاي الزيزقه والهز the things that it impacts بالبراغي وكل شيء. There's so many details and things that are going on and it's mainly because how people handle these things. So yeah there's في عتب على اليوزر وفي عتب اكيد على السبلاير. بس انه in the end of the day the customer is always right. Your job when you're selling someone something is to clarify what the warranty covers 1 2 3 how to use the machine and to give something that's honestly good and to give people what they're paying for. You get it? You can't charge a premium and give the people shit. So that's where most of like the problems are.
Yeah.
فبعد ما صار هالموضوع كله بين الخلل بالسوق ببضاعة مرتبة وانتبه كان في بضاعة مرتبة بس أسعار مخيفة. يعني عم تحكي هلا automatically the big brands مثل Life Fitness, Techno Gym كذا عندك تريدميل $25,000. And the general population isn't going to buy that. But then again, you like again going back to America, the States, like you have garage gyms. People are getting these really nice setups, and they're not paying an arm and a leg for them. So ليه ما في هيك شيء بلبنان شيء متين وشيء قوي بسعر خي مش عم لك رخيص بس مقبول. فخيك خالد حامل حاله حجز تيكت على الصين.
Okay.
The mother of all production. And I wanted to make things like my way, you know? So رحت I emailed factories. كذا factory بكذا منطقة. Like I did a freaking tour. I stayed like more than a month in China. So I emailed the factories. I'm coming to visit you. كذا. And then like 2 days before I leave واحد بيقول لي انه اوكي مين معايا مكتب عم تعمل ما في مكتب I found these suppliers online and I'm going to see them قلت له انت مجنون ونترجم تبعك وين؟ مترجم حدا بده مترجم بالصين في جوجل في هذا معقول حدا بيعرف يحكي انجليزي ما اخذته جدي للزلمه هذا عايش بالخس طلعت انا اللي عايش بالخسي وصلت لهونيك برو China is a different it's like you're on an alien planet خي I didn't know that Instagram and social media
are restricted.
Exactly. So وصلت لهونيك and the second you get there you get like a message in Chinese. I'm like طب شو بدي يفهمني شو عم بيقول هذا؟ I'm like خلاص I'm gonna buy a SIM card. اشتريت السيم كارد كمان اجاني المسجات تبع التوب ابس وكل شيء بالتشاينيز. And it was really a hassle talking to the people that were selling it to me. And they were in the airport in Shanghai International Airport, bro. Like how do you not know English? So I went to the hotel. Weird ass hotel and then a weird ass city man.
هي سنة
كمان شيء 2015 خلص
انت صحبت بسرعة
دغري يعني بلش يصير في things develop really quick with me وكل مصاري اللي that I saved from the States I wanted to use خلاص انه on my baby and
وصلت على الهوتيل
وهذا خلاص the next day كان في like my first meeting. Commuting, doing anything was a difficulty. Talking to these people was a difficulty. So we'd literally talk in like sign language, man. You know, this one not good, this one good, no good. And then like I'd meet a few people that would translate for me, random people. And I'm like, okay, shit, but I have a whole schedule ahead of me. I have a month of doing things. How am I going to do this? And then I went to the next factory, which was 6 hours away from my hotel. And I went to this like secluded village and looking around, I'm like, what am I doing here? And literally I'm going to the places where things are made, where like Life Fitness, for example, gets their rubber, where Babarif Mean gets this and this to the factories, mish trade offices. I learned later that people here, they work with trade offices that work with trade offices that work with brokers and brokers and brokers. And I went to like the source. So I did that with many difficulties. I even ended up spending a night out on the street. Because I had a reservation at a hotel and I kept getting like messages that my top up was over. I couldn't understand because it was in Chinese. And I tried to call these people that I was going to arrive earlier than expected. When I got to the door, apparently when they closed the doors, their doors are closed. لقيت واحد قاعد فوق طابق الأول لقيت حجرة وكبيتها من الهيدا قلت له بليز افتح لي. I'm فكرته جاي يساعدني راح سكر البردية علي. So I had to sleep outside that night كل شيء until the next day I had my other meeting with these other people that I had to wait to call me because I couldn't call them or top up. And they called me and I explained to them what happened to me وحرام والله they took care of me, they took me to a hotel وهيدا long story short, so whole difficulties, actual physical difficulties in China. And خلاص I was about to give up وكل شيء. And then I see on Instagram my friend هو تاجر بالصين posted a story post actually ما كان في stories about that and هو بتشاينا and I sent her like how I can't open هيدا. She's like VPN كذا we're in Guangzhou if you can come. I'm like fuck yeah I'm coming now. I need someone to explain this country to me. I sat with her and her father. The guy is like a kingpin in China. He taught me all the ropes, how to deal with things, how to trade هيدا and خلاص من هونيك تعلمت.
بس لازم keep in mind لبنان China.
Yeah.
انت رحت.
Yeah. 100%. It was stupid thinking back.
لا بالعكس هلا when you look back you know it's سلسلة events that led eventually يعني انه I'm not saying انه هلا اذا بتروح انه راح تكون انه كمان انه it keeps this country keeps surprising people.
Yeah.
بس انه رحت على مصنع العالم.
صح.
It's called انه مصنع العالم.
And like the thing is I know now where everyone buys their shit. I know the prices bro. قديش كبير الصين صغيرة. I literally know هيدا الدمبل قديه هيدا شريه وقديه.
It's a very competitive market صح؟
It is.
يعني المصنع على المصنع.
صح.
يعني انه اليوم فيك تصنع عن هيدا فيك تصنع عن هيدا يعني انه مش تصنع تكنيكلي هن they are anyway producing يعني.
صح.
so انه كمان هذا الشيء يمكن منيح انه هلا I don't know the pricing بس انه يعني ما بتلاقي كتير فرق بين supplier بسعره.
yes.
بالquality.
Exactly. بس لا بالسعر كمان اقول لك ليش. I learned this how they work the Chinese. So basically man they just buy everything originally. Like buy from Rogue, they buy from كذا. بحطوها نفايات لعندهم
They clone it.
بيزلطوها للمكنه بيزلطوا الحديد ليشوفوا شو بيسموه ضربه البودره عليه وكل شيء. So بس the problem is they try to make it as cheap as possible and and they try to make volume and that's where they destroy it. They literally destroy it and this is why بيفكر كل واحد هون بلبنان او العالم بشكل عام انه شو بدها بطلع الصين مان الصين بدك تكون قده للصيني. الصيني بتقول له بدي هاي بهذا السعر بيعطيك اياها ولما توصل لك you will pay the price. Never be stingy. That's one. And always know your shit. I give them maps خرايط. أنا مش أنا برسمهم بإيدي بس أنا برسمها كيف بدي وعندي حدا بيرسم لي إياها.
على السوفتوير.
ببعت له إياه بدي أقول له بدي هيك بدي البوكس هالقد الكارتن. إذا ما بدق بكل specification that's الصيني you will pay the price. So don't and you have to do it every single time. That's the joke. You'd think they'd get it. But the second they have a window to make a little bit more money they'll be stingy on the carton.
بعدين I'm assuming بيضل عليهم طلب.
Yeah 100%.
إنه المصنع بيضل ماشي.
صح.
إنه بيضل عم بيعمل مصنع whatever it is. And they keep producing. ومثل ما إنه أنت اليوم رحت. صح. إنه عم بيروح على الصين 10,000 واحد مثلك. صح. إنه بده. سو هن بس إنه كمان يعني mention مثلا أنا مثلا روج وهول وين بيصنعوا باليو.اس؟
بيصنعوا باليو.اس part. And then back in the day on the website you'd actually see the bumper plates made in Asia. Then they removed it altogether. But no, أكيد most of the people or the companies who have مثلا the cardio line تبع life fitness it's made in China but it's not an outsourced factory. They have their own facility. You cannot ما حدا يضحك عليك يقول لك إيه أنا بصنع بنفس معمل life fitness. لا معمل life fitness بيصنع للlife fitness. done. عرفت شو؟ فايه
it's very similar to the branding industry مثلا زارا وهيك. انه عم بيعملوا كتير قصص بتايلاند وبالصين وهيك.
But they own the facilities.
صح ما هذا قصدي انه بيصير this is يعني you guys are going to produce all year long زارا كلوث خلص 100%. So the big ones خلص بيصير عندهم مثل مصنعهم انه this is us يعني وهيك بعدين بيهمهم اكتر لحتى ما يكون في خرق انه الديزاينات.
Exactly and بيصير في quote unquote خرق بس مستحيل يسيبوها. And I don't know why what's wrong with it. Like they have all the utilities in the world to make the best equipment. They choose to make shitty cheap products. But then again I think it's the consumer's fault because everyone wants something cheaper.
لأنه هذا mentioned الماشين بورت بنفس المصنع بتفوت عليه بيعمل اثنين. بيعمل الفري ويت sections وبيعمل dumbbells وبيعمل plates وبيعمل machines.
بيعمل كل شيء.
Wow.
They're crazy man. They're huge. The places I've been to they're huge and they make for the top brands. I've seen like the orders and where they're going from and the delivery orders and the bill of ladings. I've seen them like
impressive.
It is impressive.
طيب أول مشوار لك شو كان الأيم؟ يعني what type of was it machines was it لأنه أول مرة بتروح إنه ما راح تجيب كل شيء.
لك شغلة. The thing about me is that I really go about life not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, but I just do it. So I went not aimlessly, but I went to see what's gonna come out of this. This is literally when I get into anything, it's like حتى نشوف شو حيصير هلا. So I went. I learned a lot of things. And then in terms of manufacturing whatnot and where to buy and what to buy I still work with the same people I want تخيل man loyalty والهيدا بس I went through hell with them like learning how to talk to them and how to do things. So I went to learn about the manufacturing how to buy things I did the prices because ما معقول man like الأسعار اللي عم يبيعوني بلبنان إنه ما كنت بفوت براسي إنه ويحلف لي 100 يمين إنه ما فيني أنزل هاي بتكسرني. And when I went and saw I'm like what the hell man. So my aim when I want to come back was to like خلص بدي مثل اكسر الاسعار بس خلي حافظ على الكواليتي وهذا اللي عملته. عرفت يعني الفوم رولر انا نزلته ل $30.
هو تكنيكلي انت ما كسرت لانه انت you made it fair.
صح exactly مش ما مثل احرق السوق.
ما عم تكسر راس انت عم بتبيع الفير برايس بعدين من الاخر مين عم ياكل ضرب؟ نحن والجيم اونرز.
exactly ما تعال اقول لك انا مش كسرته لاقول لك شو اليوم بامريكا عم تنباع ب $32 انا حلمي بلبنان تنباع ب $32 which is like تشوفهم reasonable. بعدين تعال اقول لك في ناس عملوا the exact opposite حرقوا literally حرقوا. It's like you look at them like what are you doing on a business scale. انت ما عم تربح انت you're it's an ego war صارت. بطلت انه هذا اوكي اجوا لعندك العالم بعدين شو صح بعدين بعد شغلي بهالقد طب مش حاسب حساب انه هاي حدك تنكسر ما في warranty ما في شيء.
Do you think this is كمان a type of not بس it's important be making it reasonably priced. Do you think this wasn't one of the push مثلا لأنه ما كان في هالculture بلبنان بالزمانات اللي هي انه بتقني راك عندك.
صح.
Do you think كمان the fact that you مثلا انا بدي راك بفوت مثلا على روب اوكي اتس مثلا $500
صح.
اوكي عم تبيع ب 550 that's reasonable انه I can have a rack now لانه
صح.
I had in mind 500
صح.
بس قبل اذا الراك كان ب 1005 انه عم بكتب ارقام
ايه لا
ما حقنا. but you think the fair pricing كمان لانه انا عم بحكي عنك لانه I see it انه انا I've never seen it before بلبنان انه حدا بيقني راك حدا عنده اوضه ببيت بالجبل عم بيعمل his own small gym انه ما كان في هالكولتشر بلبنان قبل.
لا
ما كان في هذا الشيء انه انا I want my setup.
صح.
Do you think the pricing helped كمان بهذا الموضوع؟
It helped and صراحة education it helped. What really pushed this fast forwarding was COVID.
Okay.
People realized how healthy they need to be and how much they loved moving and خلاص they wouldn't want anything to stop them ever again. So everyone like kind of like even if the gyms are open, people are still opening gyms in their homes.
يعني بالأول set of machines وهيك جبتهم أي سنة تقريبا؟
أول set of machines
أو حتى راكس يعني وهيك.
أكلت الضرب من واحد. And this is where I learned قديش العالم هون they don't ما like their word is nothing in Lebanon. وهذا
بس تكي ما أكلت ضرب من واحد قصدك أكلت ضرب من لبنان.
من لبناني أكيد. لا مش سنين طعموني 100 ضرب هلا مش نص مصيبة وليك بس اللبناني هذا الزلمة معروف كتير عطاني قال لي ولو عم بعطيك كلمتي. أنا وقت قلت لي عم تعطيني كلمتك خلاص أنا بأخذك أنا عم بعطيك.
It's related to shipping ولا شو؟
قال لي جيبون ولما يوصلوا we'll do this for أنا I'm gonna
الجمرك
لا وصلوا خلص طلبت له الأغراض اللي هو بده إياهم قال لي ما في أعطيك داون بيمنت خلاص بدفع لك إياهم ضربة واحدة. And looking back it was a pretty stupid thing that I did كمان بس أنا كنت محمس بدي من الله حدا يجي يقول لي
to get started
give me a gym to have on my portfolio. رحت طلبتها وصلت البضاعة اللي ليك ما عم بعمل ورشة وعم غير وهاي ضلوا يأجل قلت له مان صارت على البور ما تقول لي عم تأجل هيدا ما عندي ما كان عندي مستودع ما عندي شيء أنا عم بشتغل من بيتي مان عرفت شو like عندي صورة طاولة السفرة حاطط عليها كل الأغراض تبع عليها. قال لي طب خلاص بخدمك فيه عم بربحني جميلي أنا حطهم عندي. حطيتهم عنده شهر 2 3 قال لي ليك ماش بدي الأغراض. قلت له you know what okay I was expecting this بس يلا it's my fault. رحت مثل المجنون جربت بيعهم ما كنت اقدر بيعهم.
اذا بالصين تدفع دغري
of course
you have to pay دغري ما في شيء ما في حوالي نص او whatever
ما في LC
up front ونشتغل لك اياهم وخلص
100% and I'm putting money that I worked to make like everything بالغلط. رفيقي عم بيفتح كان دورمز شيء بجبال عم بيقول لي بدي اعمل نادي هذا قلت له ليك عندي stuff ready خدهم بالكوست بس بليز ريحني ما ايزاك مان بيرفكت انا كنت عم شوف كوتيشن على المدري مين كذا and then when I did that صرت صور انه خلص عندي بورتفوليو I made a rehearsed gym وهيك صرت اطلب من الصين بضاعه.
هي اي سنه؟
هاي I think it was like ماشي 1 or 2 years after I went to China
16 17
and then after that I got my real big break when ما أنا جيب wall balls وكل شيء CrossFit man it helped me because ما حدا كان يفهم بالwall balls wall balls خي you can order them. أنا man بلشت the technical term is LCL groupage like you'd reserve like a part of the container. So أنا بلشت be a part of the container and then I went to like a bigger part of that container then I went to half a container.
اللي ما بيعرف انت غراضك في غراض غير ناس معهم
ايه اكيد so I would just تعرفت بيطولوا هولي they take like 60 اكثر امرار 70 days لانه عم ناطر غيرك ليعبي وما بعرف شو. so بلشت هيك جيب هول الوول بولز وكل شيء rated CrossFit barbells. I picked like really good barbells man. I'm I don't know if up till now I'm the only one that gives a lifetime warranty on barbells in Lebanon وبعدني نفس السبلايرز بشتغل معهم. I got really good shit very affordable shit بلشوا الناس يحكوا لحتى وصلت لترينر حسان محفوظ بيو انرجي
رجعنا على كروسفيت
yeah 100% قال لهم وقت يو انرجي مان يو انرجي عم بتذكر كنت قاعد عم بتفرج على الفيسبوك على الانستغرام بروفايل تبعهم حلمي اشتغل معي واو شو قويه هولي كذا one of those big gyms back in the day was booming. حسان
they were spending money
حكي مع one of the managers there. The managers asked for like a small order. He was very specific. He was like بدي انا احمر واصفر هادي خوري كمان وجه له كثير الخير للزلمه. and then I was like literally أنا كنت جايبهم أحمر وأسود ما تسألني ليش بحب الأحمر والأسود قلت له بعت له إياهم كيف
بس لما بيعرفوا اللوجو is أحمر وأسود
100%
yeah.
So it was أحمر وأسود هلا you energy بس my logo was also أحمر وأسود
so أنت سقبت وركبت
100% so then بلشت كمان هونيك تطلب and then the owner Alex Nazarian كمان this guy he helped me a lot to be honest with you through working with him and in the pandemic he was like I want to meet this guy مين هو هذا اللي عم يجيب خالد من عنده بعرفه and I met him and I didn't know who he was when I met him. Like I was just talking to, I thought he was one of the trainers or like he was just inquiring about the quality and then when I left they're like yo that's the owner of the gym. I'm like holy shit that's the owner of the gym. I was like okay perfect and then بلشت تكبر and our relationship grew and then I started استلم له قصص أكتر وأكبر and like when people saw I was working with you energy that alone was like a big push for people to start knocking on my door. And another thing كمان that happened shortly after is أنا بتذكر أول ما بلشنا أنا سمعت إنه كرمال البانز وهيك مين حياخدهم غير لعيبة باسكت because they were like more into it and basketball is highly invested in Lebanon. So كنت روح انطر بالرياضية ليجي شخص اسمه فؤاد جرجس اللي كان هو founder of Step Ahead. Everyone was like this is the guy man كان عمل ضجة Step Ahead على التلفزيون وكل شيء like if you wanted to be anything you had to talk to these guys. نطرته انطروا على البنش ليخلص الجيم واجى لعنده انه هاي كيفك انا جاي من قبل فلان الفلاني انه بس بدي اسالك and the guy is so in his head he's so busy عنده 1000 شغله براسه عم بيحكي معه وشايف عيونه كيف he's not even focused on what I'm saying عنده 1000 ايه اوكي بنحكي ايه تمام عم بعمل جيم مدري وين بنحكي عم بيقدفني انه بنحكي وخدت الكونتاكت تبعه ورد حركش فيه. هذا الزلمه اللي انا كنت اتمنى تخيل I was talking to him the other day about this اتمنى احكي معه وصير هذا we're like on a friendship level now وهلا I'm supplying his gyms in Saudi Arabia and Dubai يعني هلا عنا كتير شغل هلا الحمد لله مع بعض like all the things that I quote unquote dreamed of doing or tried to get into it kind of just happened organically عرفت.
But you went for it انه يعني مثلا انه لانه هذا شيء كتير مهم انه في كتير ناس هيكونوا عم بيشوف مثلا عم نحكي عن مثلا ستيب هذا او whatever انه you see the opportunity قاطع من حدك انت عبالك تحكي بس ما بتحكي مرات بنكون انا بدي احكي بس انه you did it انه you pushed يعني انه رحت على الناس وهيدا صح في شيء كتير مهم لانه you said it البار انه بتعطي عليها مثلا انه جوينتي ليش شو معقول يصير بالبار
back in the day كانوا يجيب لك جماعة الكروسفيت درجوا البارز اللي فيهم to get شوي technical they have like there's two ways of doing it needle bearings ball bearings whatever هذه البيرنج المهم فيها تخليها to keep on spinning and it's very important for the wrist
it comes from the Olympic lifting side
100% so اللي كانوا يجيبون بلبنان بنسميه نحن بالمصلحة أبو عزقة literally you just put the sleeve into the handle بتبرغيها مش لك zero spin it's a really shitty spin and it sounds so it's really horrible.
So عندك resistance training بالبار
100% and it sucks and the grip was off like it has to be 28 millimeters it was 32 it was هذا والمحل النيرلينج there's a certain like pattern for the كيف الباترن تبع المايك knurling so it won't be too rough or too soft that تفلت someone's sweaty and the positioning of the rings where they should be man there's so many details that went into it and the PSI tensile strength يعني the ability for the bar to bend break or هذا ما البارز عندي ما بيطقوا بيصيرون شيء you have a bigger possibility of the bearings يطقوا which rarely happens but I went into all those details I chose the steel that's inside of them I chose the everything man about I chose their weight capacity and I'd make them test it I'd make them put the bars on a forklift and drop it before I bought it and there's actually a machine aside from the bars the bumper plates انت بتشوف البامبر بليت ال5 كيلو هاي مثل 5 كيلو هذيك طيب لقيت البامبر بليت ال5 كيلوز وكبسها طاجت it's like it's 5 kilos بس it sucks man الخلطة الربر تبعها غير الباين تبعها غير different I chose the ones that were like man they're immortal the bumper plates مش بس هيك there's an actual machine that tests how many drops it can withstand. So I'd always choose the ones that could withstand 60,000 drops. بينما اللي بالسوق ماشي 10,000 drop.
Wow.
So there's a machine that goes boof, 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 boof. It just keeps dropping. So.
ونفس الشيء مع steel plates.
Steel plates, no, you can't really guarantee steel plates because ما في شيء coating وشيء يحميهم بس إنه في نوعية حديد أكيد أحسن من.
لا إنه they do testings كمان عليهم قصص معينة وهيك.
إيه وcalibration و100,000 شغلة.
Exactly.
But I that came later when I هلا which is now 2013 بلشت فوت بمواضيع الباورليفتنج.
هون بدي أسألك لأنه وماشين وايز يعني did you decide like إنه specific brands وخلص بشتغل معهم كمان؟ يعني the type of machines يعني mention إنه في بالسوق إنه name of machines. بس مثلا أنت اليوم مثلا leg extension اللي خلص قررت this is the leg extension I'm gonna recommend all the time مثلا تجيبها. It took you time كمان?
Of course, because I also got into buying used stuff and refurbishing, and then I'd like while you work, when you dismantle a machine, you really see the craftsmanship that goes into making it. So صرت احترم كتير شركات لأنه كانوا ما يعذبوني هالقد وقت أنفضن أو ضبطهم وفي شركات كنت سب الساعة. I don't know if it's okay to legally say the names of those brands, so I'm not going to say them. بس في machines أحسن من machines.
كان بدي أسألك لأن أنا كان بدي أوصل على موضوع كمان كتير مهم لما عم نحكي بين الماشينز والبارز وهيك. Let's say 2016 لليوم.
Okay.
لأن أنا I've seen it a lot. The culture of free weight movement increased a lot. يعني قبل كان الطلب على سميث ماشين على الماشينز عم بحكي عن سميث ماشين لأنه أقرب شيء على الراك مثلا.
صح.
صار في 4 راكس و1 سميث ماشين. صار في سبيس. صار الجيم بيخلي سبيس for racks. قبل ما كان في هيك شيء.
صح.
هذا شيء you saw it while doing the business.
100%.
إنه صرت تشوف إنه في محلات بدها راكس بدها dumbbells plates bars. إنه ما كان قبل كان قبل الجيم فيه 2 بارز مثلا.
الطلب تغير كتير وما تنسى لك شو قلت لك أنا CrossFit gives you the push. هلا شو اللي عم بيعطيك push ل other things powerlifting now. It's a crazy thing. calisthenics قديمة وكان في كم واحد هيك بعد أول ما بلش كريم ألكساندر كمان هذا he was like one of the only ones هلا صار العالم بدهم calisthenics عرفت. So it's trend based, it's education based. يعني من قبل التمرين كيف عالم كان يتمرنوا من قبل it was تنزل على الجيم you would cringe bro. Now there's a lot of awareness, so that also helps, the awareness and the knowledge and the things you can utilize without paying a fortune. The squat rack is beautiful bro. Squat rack, adjustable bench. It's something I recommend to everyone. Adjustable bench. صار عندك bench press, صار عندك decline, صار عندك incline, صار عندك everything you need. عندك فيك تقعد عليها وتعمل shoulder press, squat rack, squats, deadlift على safety arms إذا ما عندك range of motion, pull-ups. Man, it's a beast of a machine, like a combination يعني.
What makes a good rack?
What makes a good rack? The steel, the quality of steel. Paint is mainly for aesthetics because you can't really get affected by the paint, but it's always good to have a good looking rack. The treatment يعني the powder coating, the anti-corrosion whatnot يعني also كمان مثل بقولوا شبع العين. So it's good to look. It's nice. It's nice to have a good looking rack.
Is a good مثلا the balance of a rack في هيك شيء?
There's no balance because it's really mainly on how you mount it. So it's very standard. It has to be equal لبعض. والحلو بالراك المنيح إنه الholes يكونوا مرقمين, which is something that not a lot of people would do.
With the spacing of the holes.
The spacing of the holes, because like you want to get a good angle. وفي كذا lengths of arms.
في كتير راكس أنا فايت فيهم منه يعني it's not my side. يعني مثلا بيكون في كتير space بين أول واحد. في منهم إنه لا بيعطيك مجال like you can keep increasing like إنه very tiny distances so that you find your way كمان.
100%.
شو اسمهم البنز اللي بتحطون
الجاكوبس.
إيه مثلا إنه what makes إنه good ones. مثلا في كتير مرات بيزيحوا. صح.
It's that like the fit, the quality of plastic. So there's عادي, there's polyurethane. إحنا we use ABS, very strong plastic, and the density and the thickness because على الوقت it's gonna keep تحف. So it's good to have a thick and it's good to have like a easily adjustable J-cup لأنه بلشوا يعملون بلبنان أول فترة كنت بدك تحط شكة مثل الشوكة وتركب لها برغي وعزقة من ورا like
صح.
You get it? So
the rag has to be مبرغة بالأرض أو بالحيط ولا ما ضروري؟
you don't have to. أحسن أنا بحس أحسن إذا فيك بس في عندك floor standing but it will just limit you to not being able to do muscle ups comfortably. You can. Don't get me wrong. If you have مثلا plates loaded on the back of it هيدا بس
خلص بيتوازن
100%.
لأنه هلا في part that is very important لإلي وما رح حكينا فيها هيك على السريع إنه part of them now are made in Lebanon
100%.
which is something that you don't see a lot بلبنان لأنه أنا حكيت أنت إنه الصناعة بس الصناعة بلبنان is very restricted limited
صح.
يعني بيصنعوا بس قصص معينة ويعني
صح.
يعني that's it. وحتى إنه إذا بتشوف يعني مثلا إذا بتروح سوق طرابلس وهيدا بتشوف كان إنه أيام زمان إنه مصانع كلها مسكرة ومعفنة وهيدا فإنه تصنع بلبنان one أكتر شيء difficulties اللي صاروا معك يعني مثلا إنه إذا فيك تخبرنا يعني مثلا قد إيه took you time to لأنه I know هلا the guys وهيك to find someone حيفهم إنه بدنا نصنع machines إنه منا culture بلبنان
صح.
إنه الحداد ما حيقول لك إنه شو حنقعد نصنع راكس إنه فعرفت كيف
exactly.
غير هيك إنه يكون عندك access على كل الماتيريال اللي بدك إياهم وهيدا ولانه يسد قبل مثلا ما كان عندك ستورج ما كان عندك هذا الشيء وستوك انه ستورج وايز وهيك so journey toward this section اللي هلا صار هيدا وحاسك بعدين اخر سؤال خاصه بالميد ان لبنان بس انه اول شيء making it in Lebanon
صح
شو الديفيكولتيز وشو تعلمت اليوم وقد ايه it's doable
anything is doable بلبنان حتى بلبنان صدقني. The problem is you're restricted to a few things that you wouldn't want to make here because الفينيساج طبعا ما حيطلع 100% like the plastic molding and whatnot because it's going to cost a fortune to make a mold.
It's not accessible.
It's not accessible. The machines to make them aren't available here in Lebanon. So that's one of the things. The most important thing is having a team or people that share your vision. It's very important. Not money oriented. I know the money and everything that comes later, it's like a result of the hard work and dedication and whatnot. Not to get too philosophical. But the problem I had was loyalty. So أنا مشحل كذا حدد. بروح لعند زبون ورا ظهري وأنا بعمل لك إياه وهيك. مش بس هيك الحدادين كانوا هني like they would يعذبوني بالأسعار. يعني they would sell me what I'm selling today to the customer.
Oh, especially you need a consistent cost.
100%. And every time the fluctuation will like it was so unprofessional working with people here. And then I met now Muhammad, you met him back in the day, which is like now he's family. He's part of the team. And he's very innovative. He's very intelligent. He's artistic. He's creative. He's one of those old man عتيق محمد كان يشتغل way back أيام الحرب. And he's bold.
Correct me كمان إنه أنا هيك شفت إنه من he's a problem solver كمان.
صح.
إنه you pinpoint the مشكلة هيدي مصلحتي خلص
صح.
I'm gonna solve it ومش which is كمان funny enough he doesn't work out
صح
بس فهمان
and he's very strong
بالهيدا
have you seen how strong this guy is he can do like 100 pull-ups man.
بس انه فهمان الراك ليه هيك فهمان ليه بدها تكون البار which is sometimes difficult to have انه ما حتلاقي حداد مع انه بده يفهم شو الجيم ما كان يعني
هو بس في 3 أيام بس بيفهموا بالحديد which isn't wrong بس محمد صار معي فات معي كذا شغله like you said problem solving انا اقرا علي يدق لي مثلا حدا انه عنده مشكله بقول له ما بعرف شو بدي اعمل
صح
محمد قال له بيركض مثلي اكثر يعني انا اذا انا بسهر الليل وهو بيسهر 3 ليالي ليحلها so that's very good and then I expanded the team to a few more loyal and nice people who do the upholstery, people who do the woodwork, people and who share my enthusiasm and مش بس هيك they are very حساسين على شغلهم وهذا أهم شيء تكون إنه سمعتك بالدق you know ما بيقبلوا على حالهم يسلموا شيء نص so that's very important and بلبنان مش بدي أقول لك location helps because بيجوا بيعملوا random كبسات for God knows what reason just to mess around with you
مثلا البينتينج وهيك so you're able to do it
the problem is I am painting and I buy the most expensive paint يعني الكيلو اللي بيقف علي باليورو عم بشتريه بس the problem is منهم معودين يشتغلوا بهيك كاليبر هون بلبنان فبيرشوا يمين شمال كيف and I'm a lot of these things I'm outsourcing هلا like I have my own machinery but like the big benders وهيك which cost
it's faster كمان يعني.
yeah and plus there's no facility in Lebanon ما فيني اروح اخذ لون لاعمل my factory I'm literally everything I'm making I'm investing in my company
بس انه بس هيك لنرجع انت you're مش competing بس
صح
you're producing
صح
بالايدين
صح
what China is doing with robots
100% yeah 100%
من الاخر يعني
صح and then there's like أزمة المازوت for example أنا من قبل كنت أبعت شغلة تنرش بعد يومين استلمها هلا بدي انتو ليجمعوا ليصير تحرز نقلة المازوت it's like a whole thing man there's so many things so which is why I'm going into like making everything in-house right now it's a slow steady process but this will remove a lot of the barriers and problems that I have
وهلا more than that لأنه مثلا الكيج إنه أوكي هلا نحن نركز على الكيج بس again that element that is became vital بالجيمز
yeah
so تعمل adjustments يعني you opened كمان the way to إنه تطحج تشوف innovations عم ينعملوا we can do them and making this rack لأنه مثل ما قلت بالبيت بدك راك بس إنه how about كمان فيك تاخد الدب adjustment نسيت شو اسمه اللي شفناها سوا اللي بتدفش
صح
you can do back you can do chest you can do كل شيء عليها وبدك شوية هيدا و you're good to go فإنه كمان إنه how do you prototype them first مثلا أنت شفت الديزاين أو مثلا إنه it takes you time تعمل أول prototype
it does I initially أول ما شو الشغل اللي بحبه بعمله and then بقعد بخبص وبلقط وبلبجه وهيدا we do ask opinions we do go and like we get people who know and there are people who know a lot more than me and this is why this journey is so fun because you get to meet people who tell you things ويعلموك شيء وفتحوا لك نظرك لهذا وحتى شفت هذا النيق الثقيل اللي بتفلسف ليتفلسف هذا بيعلمك كمان فيا it takes us time
do you consider إنه في كتير machines انعملت وعم تنعمل مش لبنان in general they were not tested أو made أو هيدا from athletes أو gym goers يعني كيف قصدي أنا إنه it's insane مثلا the fact that إنه في some leg extension machine أو leg curl machine ما فيها توصل للباد تبعتها إنه طول إجري
صح
which means إنه how did you test it for like 4 people بيجوا بس طولهم إنه ماكسيموم إنه متر و50 60 70 في قصص that are weird بالهيدا أو مثلا حتى مثلا بالدمبلز بتفرق إنه كيف في دمبلز بمشى منا كمشي صح إنه like it's either thin أو either too thick إنه يعني مرات you feel like إنه the high production is just made إنه they were producing a dumbbell
صح
بس it's not enough tested for هيدا يعني أداء عانيت من هذا الموضوع أو إنه سمعت feedback بهذا الموضوع يعني machine sometimes that إنه بيقولك كيف بدي أقعد فيها ما عم تزبط إنه
exactly hey like for example a lot of Chinese manufacturers they build them to the average demographic of the Chinese people so بيكون قد صغير لتساعد فيها أكتر ناس صايبينها إذا بدك كquality وك one size fits all is American brands then American brands they take a beating because they're made for هالعالم ما شاء الله عليهم بأمريكا عندك ناس كتير كبار in terms of like إن كانوا obese ولا إن كانوا gigantic bodybuilder types ف it's usually the person who's ordering it it's mainly their fault ما بيدقوا ما بيسألوا so
بس أنت you can customize the machines too
of course I can
يعني لما تشوف let's call it الكتالوج أو whatever مثلا leg extension بركز يعني
no it's fine go ahead
مثلا leg extension لأنه I think leg extension اللي بحكي عنها لأنه كل واحد بيجهز الباك بيغير يعني في كذا adjustment مش مثل مثلا chest machine ماكسيموم بدك تعلي إنه هيدا الكرسي تبعيتها فإنه مثلا الكتالوج let's say this is the design within the design بيعطوك sizes ولا ما في هيك شيء
no they give you the template but I'm saying you can do anything you want in terms of if you want to go like into your own kind of brand kind of thing you have the ability to do that it's not that difficult or you can take a template you can literally tell them أنا بدي مثل التكنو جيم بيعمل لك إياه بس
وبالصين فيك you can brand them
of course
يعني your logo your كل شيء وهذا
yeah but you have to have like a high volume ما بيطلعوا فيك إذا عم تطلب 4-5 مكانات you get it ف يعني this is one of the challenges that I'm not challenges things I'm getting into right now to really get the sweet spot in machines before I get into machines, because I have a lot of things I want to get into.
As no get into إنه تعمل
Yes.
صنع.
Yeah.
Okay.
My own brand, like from A to Z. مش إنه والله جيب هاي وحط عليها اللوجو, which is what a lot of people are doing, white labeling.
صح.
No, I want to have my own thing.
especially إنه الماشين يعني فيها كتير elements.
100%.
إنه مع إنه شفت مرات how assembling it وهيك, بس إنه producing it.
It's another thing. We should
crazy.
see how long it takes to assemble it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
وحتى يعني إنه بتفرق بين ماشين وماشين. إنه في ماشينز يعني مثلا هلا do you call the machine لما بيكون التبعيت اللي the pulley machine بس مع كل شيء.
Yeah, you can call it a machine.
مثلا this one is crazy. إنه فيها 1000 element.
صح.
والبليتس تبع الماشينز.
Yeah.
How إنه في فرق بين plates وplates?
Man, there's so many things that are
the rectangular one.
so many things you can go wrong with, bro.
حتى بهول.
We need a whole episode to get into all the long.
ويجلي قد ايه بيكون الويت تبع ماشين the good يعني مثلا ل 90 كيلو قد ايه انه انت
the weight plate, the stack, it depends. Like legs, if you're doing a leg press, you need at least 120.
Speaking of leg press, في leg press ما بيزبطوا.
Okay.
انه بتحس انه اجرك منا انه you put your leg بال plate اللي حاطينها.
Okay.
بتنزل رح تقب.
صح.
بس انه بيقول لك انه اللي عم بتقب زبط حالك, بس بيقول ده ماشي في شيء like the position is not made for my. فانه كمان هيدا الشيء مثلا لانه I saw it a couple of times بزمانات ما كان عندنا مثلا انه الظهر تبع leg press you can adjust it.
صح 100%.
صار فيك to adjust it مثلا.
صح.
او انه single leg او اثنين سوا, او حتى كيف تظبط انه كان
الايزومتريك وكذا.
كان عندنا كثير قصص تغيرت. فانت انه قد ايه you saw انه the machines evolved كمان.
The machines evolved a lot لانه ما كل شيء تغير. قد ايه حلوه هذه الليج بريس اللي عملوها كل وحده لحال. like it solves like a big problem. ليك مثلا for example لنفوت على ماشين تاني كمان that evolved a lot, the hip thrust. It started off by doing it on a bench. And then there's an actual machine for it. وهلا صار عندك different variations. عندك ناس بدهم اياها with a rotating back. عندك ناس بدهم اياها straight to do the hip hinge. مالك it's the sky's the limit. And there's not going to be one brand or one item that fits all. But usually when manufacturers do things, it's for general population.
أنا كنت بدي لك شيء لأنه بلبنان لأنه أنت شفتها معك لأنه you were talking about gyms وهيك. فكرة إنه اليوم let's say بآخر 4-5 سنين الأزمة وهيك opening a gym ما بقى فيك to go crazy وتاخد 2000 متر أو تعمل أو مثل بأمريكا. ما في أصلاً هيدا الكولتشر بلبنان وهيدا. So قد إيه كمان this change بالطلب عندك space efficient.
Yeah, actually زاد الطلب كتير. لأنه people, you know, it's not most people come to me. Funny enough, they're not really looking for equipment only. They really ask, and I appreciate this, my advice, like how to do the setup, because they've seen many setups that I've done before, and it was kind of really natural and it made sense to me because, and this is something I learned as I was getting into it. A lot of the gyms were designed and made via the help of an interior decorator. These people are very talented. They're very good at what they do. But they don't understand the flow when they plot the machines in a certain way. Like literally I had a fight the other day with an architect who was عم بعمل جيم بفيلا بده تريدميل بنص طين الجيم. It's a square بده تريدميل بالنص كرمال الديستانس between التلفزيون تبين هيك والمكانات حواليه, which makes no sense. Like where do I put the dual adjustable pulley مثلا معروف هي معموله في الdual adjustable pulley تنحط بالزاويه بده يحطها هون. like ليه؟ لأنه شكله حلو. لا, the guy needs to go from this point to this point comfortably. if بده يستعمل البنش هون بيقدر يجرها من هون ويفوتها دغري على like you know it's a whole thing. so هاي مثلا في gap فيها. ولا عم نشتغل على a design kind of concept for people who want to do the whole layout and the whole go the whole 9 yards with us.
Yeah.
You know.
لأنه حتى يعني مثلا الراك إنه قبل كان أكتر شيء الراك اللي بيجي 4 عواميد. صار أكتر إنه بس عمودين على الحد دغري. إنه صار كتير إنه الناس بيجربوا which is great in a way لأنه they understood إنه a gym should be spacious too. يعني you need to move around, you need to. أو مثلا قصة الفري ويت again وقد إنه زاد مثلا الناس بتعمل snatch, deadlifting platforms. Speaking of platforms, هون مشكلة كبيرة. البلاتفورم انه كله بيعاني من موضوع معين اللي هو الخبيط بالبلاتفورم.
صح.
وانه اذا most of the time انه يا بيكونوا ارض جيمات وبيضربوا vibrations او انه زمانه اذا بنايه سكنيه او شيء بيعانوا من كتير مشاكل مرات. What makes a good platform?
It's not
Rubber?
لا لك شغلة. The rubber, yes. The wood, the way it's put together, but like because sound doesn't just travel downwards.
صح.
Travels upwards. وفي إذا فيه عميد بيطلعوا طلع. It's usually بالأساس if you really want to eliminate the sound بدك تبحث بالأرض وتحط صورة حديد و like a whole thing. But the best way to eliminate it is having like some sort of noise cancelling foam embedded. تكون ضغط عالي so it can maintain its hardness while having a few layers of wood and rubber and هذا. بس إنه to eliminate it completely is almost impossible. عرفت. وضغط الربر في ربر معمول ضغط 16 ضغط 20 في ربر بضغط 200 اللي هو نحن بنستعمله. and you can tell the difference because when I put the ضغط 200 حد هذا you're gonna see طب هي ذاتها طب بتاعت عجا هي is gonna give you like an arm wrestling challenge. هيديك it's gonna be because it's very dense. Yeah, all of these factors, the wood, the rubber and the steel, like the structure that's keeping it compressed together, they play a role in it.
لأنه I skipped بس هي اللي كان بدي أحكي فيها أهم وحدة و I think هيك we can end it in a nice way. لأنه we talked about تصنيع بلبنان وهيك.
Yeah.
بكل صراحة قد إيه you have this problem we need to إنه يعني pinpointed إنه في كتير ناس that considered made in Lebanon يعني cheap.
صح.
وبعد ما أنت حكيت صار لك إنه هلأ ساعة عن الموضوع إنه قد إيه إنه you guys إنه you're ordering from مصنع العالم اللي هو الصين you have no idea شو عم بيوصل.
صح.
إنه okay you see the machine بس مرات you buy based on it looks good.
صح.
بس you guys don't know إنه the functionality وهيك. So لأنه made in Lebanon أو إنه هيدا. طب اليوم يعني مثلا when it comes to you when you get such a feedback and what is your best way to answer it?
That's a tough one, but I remember this guy who interviewed me at the exhibition.
Yeah.
He's like بتلاقي حالك بتنافس أو عم تعمل quality مثل الكواليتي الموجودة برا. أنا قلت له ليه بدي أعمل quality مثل الموجودة برا. Lebanon is on its own level. المانيفاكتشرينج بلبنان skills بلبنان العالم الانجينيوتي اللي عنا إياها مش موجودة بكل العالم. فلا Lebanon is its own standard, bro, and it can be an international competitor very easily with all the people that are available here and the things that we can do. Our pickiness مثل ما بيقولوا is what makes every product what it is. عارف شو؟ بواجه هالشغله انه مش بس انه لبنان صناعه وطنيه انه it has a bad rep because of people that were making it here, not that they were doing a bad job. بالعكس في ناس very big in this industry.
It's more trust يمكن.
It's mainly like انه اوكي خي انت بدك جاي لعندي بدك شيء رخيص رح اعطيك شيء رخيص. هذا اللي شوه السمع. بس فينا نعمل شيء. في عندي راك شفتوا اللي عملناه fully stainless steel ولها $2,000 for example. It's fully stainless. صاروا فيه. عرفت. فلا it's about the user and their appreciation and the culture. نحن عنا كل شيء فرنجي برنجي مثل ما بيقولوا. So ما فيني جاوب حدا انه هذا. فيني اقول انه جرب. And after ما في حدا that has worked with us alhamdulillah and has seen our products ما رجع جدد. وفي ناس they canceled orders from Rogue. It's more convenient to work with a local company in terms of after sales, in terms of everything and the customizability and the things that we can do here, man. ما هذا في يعملها. And plus with the whole quote unquote economic cutoff that we have from the world, transferring money هذا لحاله is a big problem.
When you هلا look for back to it لما مثلا يوم بيجيك مثلا order of to set a gym لأنه you're doing it a lot now وهيك إنه full مثل ما قلت بتفوت أنت وفتنا سوا المحل فاضي and then you see it بعدين ركب كل شيء جبت كل شيء وهيك. هون the funny part when مثلا let's say أنت تركب كل شيء then you left جاي أنت مثلا بعد يومين إنه كل شيء راكب بس معك بعد بوكس وحدة اللي هي الفاينل تاتشز اللي هن الفوم رولر والهولو بتزيدهم
صح
لما بتزيد هولي انت بلشت فيهم
ايه
شو بتحس like no these are the starting point بس لانه now هولي بيصيروا toppings like
صح.
انه I finished هون بنحط الفورمولا so when you get in لانه بعدك بتجيبها بس انه يمكن انه صاروا غرقانين ببحر القصص
صح
بس انه when هولي small elements that got you started يعني شو بتحس؟
ليك انا كتير معلق فيهم لهالقصص كوز انا كنت فوت بالنادي فيهم هلا مثل ما بتقول انت بنهيها فيها للنادي so I still have the first foam roller I bought for myself and my and the lacrosse ball and my elastic band صار معي 7 سنين ما طقت that's how good it was so yeah man it's a different feeling when you put مثل the cherry on top
especially now انه قبل كنت انت تجيب الباندز وهيك
صح
مثل ما هن يعني مثلا I don't know شو البراند
yeah.
بس now صار انه كل مره هيك وين ما بتزنق عليك بعت لك واتساب انه صوره شيء برو جير صار في برو جير ايتم in most gyms
صح
branded كمان which كمان made the brand evolve وهيك اليوم برو جير لانه I know شوي بس انه ولا ما حكينا موضوع بس هيك برو جير now موجود بلبنان وفي شوي انه you did some things
we're موجودين بالسعوديه we have a presence there
which is like انه ما فينا هلا نفوت بس انه هيدي بدها قصه لحالها انه
صح الحمد لله
سعوديه I saw you did a couple of things مع بالكويت
صح
yeah
we have done several quote unquote jobs for military personnel which I cannot disclose
yeah
but the one that we were very public about was
as انه استعملوا the equipment انه استعملوا شو بيسموها تبع الفارمر
we made they had this obstacle course and one of my old customers reached out to me صار like the network بلبنان كتير حلو كل واحد راح محل مثل ما بيقولوا اخذني معه الحمد لله انا
بس انه again ما راح يحكوك اذا your products are not trustworthy
100% so
وبالسعودية
بالسعودية ماشي حالنا كتير we have very كمان high profile individuals that we've did their own homes so that's great and plus the purchasing power there that they have it's not about making things profitable it's allowing me to get the high quality finishing that I can like listen I'm gonna be straight up with you the things that I sell there I can't really sell here because no one's gonna pay that much of a premium for things I do have very like كم واحد بس ما حرزين نجيب كونتينر صح الموضوع بس هونيك مثل ما بقولوا عم فجر طاقاتي لانه خي في ناس ما كتير عم بيدققوا مثل ما هون عرفت شو and it's a whole different ball game over there
قد ايه صار لك هونيك بالسعوديه؟
صار اول ما بلشت الازمه
do you feel like there's a لانه السعوديه is booming in all the ways بس انه يعني مثلا we know انه بكل شيء عم بيتجرب بينعمل بس culture الرياضه كيف هونيك يعني when you saw it
it's on the rise
okay
and
it's not just trending
no it's not trending
يعني.
it's on the rise and it's being heavily invested in
هيدا اللي كان بدي اساله
and it should
so sports is becoming كمان a part of the evolution of the society هونيك و the new سعودية اللي عم هيدا كمان is becoming لأنه دبي كمان كان أول شيء يعني إنه when we saw Dubai booming وقبل إنه 2004 5 6 7 إنه Dubai was investing in everything بس when you look now إنه Dubai has national teams in most of the things and they're training صح. so you لأنه we don't know yet يعني بالسعودية ما عم نعرف بعد إنه بس قصدي كمان investing مثلا gym facilities for football teams basketball teams
yes.
swimming teams whatever so هذا الشيء is happening
نادي الاتحاد نحن عاملينه الجيم تبعهم كمان عندهم facility for that and again like the facility that was there before we got there it was a mess like so لأنه صار في هالاwareness وهالهيدا والupdate بال like the latest technology هيدا عم بيكون في مجال لنحن to innovate و to bring new things and new products and في كتير products more into tech وكل شيء tech fitness we're into it بس كمان بدنا قاعدة تاني كمان الموضوع بس the inspiration that they also got is from their neighbors if you look back in the history Qatar fitness is embedded in their culture
nice
so they're all kind of rubbing off on each other او نحن كلبنانيه لبنانيه النوادي اللي عملناها هون بلبنان والكالتشر تبعنا والادكشن للرياضه ما بتشوفها برا انا شو بك بتروح على هوتيلز I'm talking about 5 the only time you see a nice gym if you go to a 5-star hotel in Europe بس بقيه النوادي شيء كارثه ما عندهم هون كل واحد اضرب واطرح لاين لايف فيتنس لاين هذا ف هيدي ال people moving there them learning from their neighbors وهذا كله عم بيأثر وأكيد the way the vision that they're going for in Saudi Arabia is there's a huge مش بس potential future إذا بدك
best way to end it.
Yeah.
ومثل ما قلت أنا إنه بعد في كتير نحكي يعني many things I didn't know about يعني. Thank you so much, Khaled.
Thank you for having me, man.
Hopefully not again.
أكيد. Yes, sir.